Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is turn the torch on. So I turn on the propane first. I must have really cranked it down last night. Okay. And light it up. And then I add in the oxygen. There's two knobs here. That's how I do this. Okay, there we go. And this is how the flame looks. These little, I don't know if you can see it on there, but in here, they're just little, they're called candles, and you want them to look a certain way. And I don't think you can see it because I don't have a didymium shield on here. These are the glasses that I wear. These are rose didymium glasses, so I don't see the soda flare, which you guys are gonna see. And like I said, I don't have a shield, so I'm not able to protect you from not seeing that. It's not gonna hurt your eyes though. So the first thing I'm gonna do, since I'm making little hearts, I'm gonna do what's called pulling a stringer with the white. So I'm gonna put my white in here. And you have to introduce it to the flame, because you can't just throw a cold rod into a 1500 degree flame. It'll shock, and it'll spread glass all over the place. So kind of introduce it, and then you can kind of leave it in there. So I'm just gonna melt a blob. And I have my tweezers here ready to go. And once I get a little blob, I'm gonna kind of roll it, and then I'm gonna pinch this, and I'm gonna pull it. And this is gonna make just a thin piece that I can use as a stringer to make smaller things. And then I'm just gonna burn that off. And then I have my thin little stringer that I can use to decorate. Hopefully I remember how to do these hearts. I haven't done them in a while, so let's see. So I'm gonna take my mandrel, and I'm gonna kind of heat it up where that bead releases in here. I'm gonna grab my red. Again, I'm gonna introduce it to the flame. I have my garage door open, so people walking by can probably hear me, but that's okay. Okay, so just kind of work that around until I get a little blob. And then I'm gonna place it on the mandrel. And then I start spinning the mandrel so it wraps around. And the person I'm making these for wanted about the size of a nickel, which is about 15, 16 millimeters or so. So I want to make sure to get that size going. So I'm just going to wrap the glass around. Let's see what I have here. And then I'm just going to melt it into a round shape. Hopefully you guys can see a little bit. See, it's molten hot. You just kind of let it drip and droop, and I like to get it to a place and kind of let motion, centrifugal force work for me. Just kind of spin it like that. And then once it cools down just a little bit, I'm going to attempt my hearts. So the way I do mine is I take my white stringer and I get that all hot, and I'm going to make two dots right next to each other. Dot there, a dot there. And then I'm going to melt them in. And I'm going to take just a little tool here, get those two dots hot, and then I'm going to drag down the middle of those. those dots. And that will make a little heart. At least it should. It used to. And you might be able to see it when it comes up here. You don't want to leave your bead out of the flame too long. See, there's a little heart right there. Right there. So you don't want to leave it out of the flame too long because when you reintroduce to the flame, it will explode. So you don't want to cool it down for too long. So I'm going to make more dots. And melt those in. So I have 3 hearts around this bead, and I'll show you in just a second. Okay, you should be able to see 1, 2, 3 little hearts around the bead. And then that will turn back red again. So this one is ready to go. I'm going to put it in the kiln. Just open this up and pop it in. And that's how you make a bead with hearts on it. So I hope you like that, guys. I know you're not running out to buy all these supplies right now, but it's fun to watch. That's what got me into it in the first place. So that's it for today. Bye.